It has been a bumper year for Indonesia's consumer stocks. On average, they have outperformed the broader Jakarta market by about 16% on the back of growing domestic demand. Question is, how much longer can the rally last? Nirgunan Tiruchelvam is equities analyst at Standard Chartered Bank. He joins us around the desk here at the SGX. Good to see you again. Welcome back.
Thank you, Martin.
So, the thing is, after such a run for Indonesian consumer stocks, is this it?
Actually, if you look at the Indonesian market and the consumer sector on a historical basis, on a, say, 15-year basis, there is tremendous value. To take you back
to pre-crisis highs, pre-crisis levels?
Well, to take you back to another time and another place and another crisis, let's talk about the 1997 Asian economic crisis. In that year, the Indonesian currency fell by 85%. If you look at the Indonesian market on a US dollar basis, we are just marginally above the US dollar inflation adjusted valuations since 1997. So it's taken 14 years for the market to just be marginally above what it was in 1997. Despite the fact that the Indonesian market is up 238% since the lows of 2008, there seems to be tremendous value. There are some consumer stocks that are still below their 1997 high in US dollar terms. So I see a lot of value in the consumer sector, particularly in light of the fact that we expect very high commodity prices in the foreseeable future.
Nirgunan, this is the thing. I always learn something new when you join us. And I'm just looking at your notes, and you say that chicken is one of the best ways to play the consumer theme in Indonesia.
Right. There are two things which I find very interesting about chicken. Number one, it is the cheapest form of meat in terms of the feed conversion ratio. Secondly, in Indonesia, there is a lot of demand for chicken because it's a very halal compliant product, and Indonesia is the largest Muslim country in the world, and the government is actively promoting halal products.
Okay, so give us some names. How do you play this chicken theme?
There is one name in particular which is interesting. We have 35% upside in terms of our target price. The company is called Japfa Comfeed. This company is the second largest chicken feed producer in Indonesia. It has a value chain based model. Interestingly, the valuations are still, or rather the stock price is still 40% below its US dollar 1997 high.
Wow. So interesting. This if it makes feed, it's further up the food chain. Does that not a lot of it hinge on basically their input costs and commodity prices?
Certainly, the input costs are of essence. Yeah. We expect pretty strong input costs in the near term. However, the input costs such as corn and soybean will eventually weaken over a 2-year period. Hence, the business model is one where they can pass on input prices and manage the raw material price situation very effectively.
Japfa, there we see it. Japfa Comfeed is the name. Interesting stuff, huh?
And in terms of valuations, how does it stack up to what we see in Thailand?
Its valuations are a lot lower than the Indonesian consumer sector in general, and it provides great value when you look at it on a relative basis compared to some of the others. That's correct. It is cheaper than a number of other chicken players in the market.
Okay, got to ask you, just disclosure, CP also, Japfa, do you have a position?
We do not.
Okay, personally?
I do not.
Okay, good to know.
Thank you.
Nirgunan, great to talk to you as always. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank you.
Indonesian chicken.